Hi guys, it's me Rachel, aka Pretty Little Makeup Geek, and I am here today to discuss something Keegan Allen said on an interview, Twitter, not really sure what he said it on, but he said pretty much this, because he found out who A is, and he was totally shocked by it. But he said if you go through seasons 1 through 4, you're not shocked who it is, so I took that hint. This is how I took the hint. I took the hint as pretty much saying, you know, someone that's been in the show from season 1 through 4, because I'm not counting pilots anymore, because excuse me, I had a little burp, because of the fact that Marlene King tweeted somebody that because someone asked her, I thought you said Uber A was in the pilot, which everyone thought. I even thought that's what she said, but she retracted her tweet by denying it and confirming it at the same time. She said, when I said A was in the pilot, I was talking about Mona, the original A. But, sorry, I wasn't picking my nose, I was itching my nose. But that does not mean that Uber A is not on the pilot. That's denying and confirming it at the same time. But I'm counting people who's in the pilot and not in the pilot. Yeah, is that what I'm doing? Actually, no, all these people... No, there's one person that wasn't in the pilot that I'm counting as a suspect, because I don't know what to believe, but if we're going just from people who was in all the seasons, like all 1 through 4 seasons, because there's still season 5, you know. But Toby didn't say anything about season 5. He just said about seasons 1 through 4 that you could tell who it is by little clues and hints here and there. So these are the people that have been a constant besides boyfriends and girlfriends, except for one that I'm counting. But she's not in the 1 through 4. She's just someone that I think he could be hinting at, just to throw us off a little bit. Okay, so not counting boyfriends, now not counting parents. Yeah, so if it is a parent, I guess that would be it would be the weirdest turn. I mean, it would make sense why we would hate Ashley Marin, because if she's A, like, that's a pretty good reason to hate her. But I honestly don't think it's going to be a parent, and I honestly don't think it's going to be one of the girls, and I don't think it's going to be a boyfriend or a girlfriend again, except for one girlfriend. But I don't think it's going to be a boyfriend, parent, or one of the girls, because that would be, I don't know. They played the boyfriend card so many times. They played it like 3 times if you count Mona's boyfriend Mike being suspicious, if you count that. But if you don't count that, 2 times with Ezra and Toby. I don't think they'll do it a 3rd time. Unless if it's one of the boys for reals, like they made you think it was a red herring, but it's really not. But I'm not counting these. These are the people that are in seasons 1 through 4. So these are the people that I suspect that is going to end up being. Now Mike, okay, Mike is on my list. But this is why Mike is on my list. I know he cleared his name last week, but who's to say he's not saying the full story? Because there's always a whole other side. There's always more to what people say on the show. So I got Mike down. I got Melissa down, because I never did trust Melissa. And if she does end up being bad in some kind of way, I wouldn't be shocked. So Melissa, she's been through 1 through 4. She's been a little bit in 5 too, but 1 through 4. And she's been hinted at a lot. Jenna, she was 1 through 4, and she was hinted at a lot too. Like, small hints, but then denied, but then, you know, but still. And then Ren, okay, get to Ren in a second. I want to save Ren for last. Jason, being Allie's brother, I mean, it's a possibility. I feel like it could be something. And he was in the pilot, Jason, even though it was a different actor. It wasn't the same actor. It wasn't, I forget his name. Drew. It wasn't Drew. He's so beautiful. But it wasn't him in the 1st season, I think. I think he started in the 2nd season, Drew. But Jason was still... my nose was so itchy. Jason was still in the pilot episode, if I recall. He's at the funeral. Yeah. For our memorial service. Whatever it was for Allie. But, yeah. Do I really suspect him? I mean... you never know. I mean, he's been suspected as A, I feel like, already. And I feel like personally, it's going to be someone who was never a suspect. But again, I don't think they're actually going to show the person in the finale. I think it's going to be a clue, and when you see this clue, your brain is going to go, oh shit, it's them. It's him. It's her. Oh my god, it has to be. Like, that is what I think it's going to be. And you're not going to see, like, anything to confirm it. I said that, though, in my other video, which got, like, almost 600 views. Thank you guys for that so much. I can't believe I got that many views on a video. I'm still shocked by that. So, Jason, I don't know. I don't really suspect him, but he was in seasons 1 through 4. I'm just going off by what Keegan said, who plays Toby. Okay, and then we got Noel. Noel wasn't in 1 through 5, but wasn't 1 through 4, but he really wasn't in season 4. I think except for 1 or maybe 2 episodes. I think just 1 though. I'm not sure. And then Mona. Okay, here's the thing about Mona, because Mona and Ren from 1 through 4 is my top 2 is something that's going to be revealed or something, because, okay, we'll do Mona first. Mona, I feel like, is going to be either not dead, or they're going to reveal something about her that's going to make you realize who A is. So, I mean, I don't know. She could end up not being dead. She could end up, that thing she told Mike could end up being a lie. I don't know, but, that's how I feel about Mona. Not sure though. Okay, and now Ren. Ren's my last because Ren is my highest of suspects, okay? So, what do we know about Ren? Ren is a doctor, according to police. So please put on their board, doctor. If I could find all that stuff, I'll put a link below it, like the picture of the whiteboard at the police station, where it says doctor in quotations. I feel like a person his age, and I said this in a comment on one of my videos, I think on the big A reveal one. But, okay, so, has to be like 25, 26. I don't think you could be done with doctor school and become like a doctor or even practice to be a doctor until you're like, okay, go to college at 18. That's 4 years. Doctor school is another 7 years. I don't even know what you call it, doctor school. That's how smart I am. But I know it's still 7 years. Being a lawyer or becoming a doctor is an extra 7 years on your record. I know that. So, that's 11 years. So, if you start off at 18, you're not going to get out until you're like, wait, hold on. 10 would be 28. So, 20, you're not going to get out till you're like 29, 30, somewhere in there. So, for him to be already okay doctor at the hospital and to do doctor stuff, I feel like that can't be correct. That can't be accurate. And to be able to switch from being a doctor at the hospital to being a psychiatrist at Radley makes no sense to me, because I've never heard of a doctor being like, okay, I'm going to do so-and-so and whatever, and then, you know what, one day just wake up and be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a psychiatrist at the mental hospital because I have the credentials for that. I don't think you could have the credentials. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. But I don't think you could have both. I don't think, unless if maybe in normal college, like regular college, he majored in psychiatry. But I think if you go to college becoming a doctor, I think you have to automatically major as a physician or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But like I said, I don't know their process, but I don't think you could jump from job to job. I think if you're a cardiologist, you have to be a cardiologist, or if you're a gynecologist, you have to stay a gynecologist. Or if you're a therapist, you can't say, okay, I could do open heart surgery because I'm a therapist. I don't think that's how it works, but I might be wrong. Like I said, I don't know. Okay, that's one thing. His doctor credentials kind of seem kind of iffy to me. Second thing, there's always been small hints that he's been bad to me. One being the whole Emily leg, not leg, was it her leg she broke or her arm broke? She broke. Her broke. That didn't make any sense. But whenever Emily went to the hospital and they found the steroids in her system and she didn't take the steroids, but the steroids was in the cream, I thought it was kind of weird that Ren, out of all the people, was the one to tell her that there were steroids in her body, you know what I mean? So, that was weird. That was a weird hint. And then also, the whole thing with the... I had it in my mind, but I totally lost it. We'll talk about Emily while I'm thinking about that. Yeah, so I feel like it was just convenient for him to be there and then have an A message come right after he leaves. Oh, now I know what I'm talking about. Okay, the last episode he was in was a season 4 episode, and he was only in one episode in season 4, mind you. Only one episode. When I brought up the cast, said one episode season 4. And it was the episode where he's talking to Mona, and he's writing down stuff, and he spelled diagnosis wrong. Okay. believe that's the episode, and also in the same episode, or I might be wrong, that might be season 3. That's season 3. Yeah, it's a season 3 episode. And he spells diagnosis wrong, and he colors in a red coat. And I think in that season, that's when red coats started popping up, and he's just coloring in a coat red. Okay, and then in season 4, the last episode he was in, I remember now. Something to do with Spencer or Hannah. I'm not 100%. You guys could correct me. But he got a phone call from somebody, and on the other line, he says, "I'll take care of my end when you take care of your end." Something. Cross that. Something like that. And then you never see him again after that episode. Never see him again after that episode. After he says, "I'll take care of my side when you take care of your side." Never seen him again. Kind of, that's fishy to me. And everything, like, okay, Gianna and Megan found a lot of clues that links British people and, like, birds, and Ren is the name of a certain bird, and the movies and this are linked to British people, and Ren's the only British person on the show. So, and he, I believe, is the only person that they never suspected being A. They even suspected Arya's father, Byron, as being A at one point. I mean, I don't think they ever, another parent, no, I don't think nobody else's parents has been suspects except for Byron, but still. Ren is the only regular person. They suspected Jason, they suspected Noel, they suspected Mona, well, Mona was A, but they suspected Jenna at the start, they suspected Melissa twice or 3 times, somewhere in there, and they just now suspected Micah being shady or helping or doing something. So the only person they never suspected has been Ren. He has never been a suspect, but he's been little hints here and there. And Toby says he was Keegan, whatever you want to call him, was shocked to find out who it was. But then later was like, you know what, if you watch seasons 1 through 4, not 5, seasons 1 through 4, season 5 being the only season that Ren wasn't in, there's a lot of hints and a lot of clues. You guys get it. I think there's a lot of people out there that think Ren is A. I think he is too, and it would make sense, but again, I'm not sure. I don't think it's one of the girls. If it is one of the girls, I would have to say Arya. If it is one of them. Or maybe Hannah, because Hannah's been acting weird as of late. You know, she got smart out of nowheres. She's going to college when she was really just a ditz. Was she playing dumb the whole time? We don't know. But, those two. I remember seeing an interview, it was like a long time ago, it was like a year or 2 ago, that said that Spencer was originally supposed to be a part of the A-Team, but then they nixed that idea. But maybe they said they nixed that idea just to see what everyone's responses would be, and if it was a good response, they were going to keep her as A. So, yeah, but I honestly don't, I think that'd be a cheap shot to make it one of the girls, and I feel like, the only time I feel like it wouldn't be Hannah is because so much shit has happened to her, and there's spoiler coming up, so if you want to skip this part. Hannah, as I've seen in some pictures for, some episodes coming up, goes to jail, supposedly. I didn't want to know that, I wish I didn't see it, but she's supposed to go to jail for being framed for Mona's murder. So, I honestly don't think it would be her, because they try to get her mom for Wilden. I feel like they try to just ruin Hannah's life a lot. And I feel like they try to ruin Spencer's life a lot too by framing her for Allie's and Mona's. Just Allie's murder. No? Allie's and Bethany's. That's what I was thinking of. Allie when Allie first died and then she was alive. And then Mona, I keep saying Mona, then Bethany, when Bethany was found out to be the one in the grave. So, I feel like A messes a lot with Spencer, Emily, even with Emily, and Hannah. Emily, they driven, I don't know what the past tense for drive is, but drew her house and destroyed her house and made her not be a swimmer anymore with the steroids in her cream. The only one who's never been really truly blackmailed by anybody is Arya. Like, legit, if you think, okay, big deal, the letter just now, big deal, but she squealed and she got out of it. She kissed Jason and she kissed Ren's brother, his brother, and never got caught for that. Like, I feel like if Hannah kissed someone behind Kayla's back, that would have been squealed by A so fast. I feel like A would have recorded that and sent to Caleb and been like, where's your girlfriend at? And now that Johnny and Spencer kissed, oh, sorry, spoiler, I'm so bad at these, I'm supposed to say spoiler alert whenever I'm gonna squeal something, but if you've seen a recent episode, I think you would know. Since they kissed, I don't know if A is gonna hold that against her, or if A even knows, or what's up with that, but, like, legit, Arya's the only one. Big deal, your father had an affair. A lot of people's fathers have affairs, but it's never been nothing to fear death or to fear jail time. And I feel like those are the two worst things somebody could do to somebody. Splitting up someone's family is pretty bad, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's not as bad as going to jail for murder. Who wants to go to jail for murder? So I feel like she gets it easy, and if any of the girls was A, like legit A, it would be her, because she gets off scot-free with everything that she does. She never gets consequences. So, now I got 2 more suspects. There are just 1 through 3, but like I said, Keegan could be telling the truth, but could be throwing us off. Like, it could really be seasons 1 through 3 would give us hints, or it could be really seasons 1 through 4. I don't know, but he could be lying on the number of seasons. But if we're just going through main people that were suspects through 1 through 3, I got 2 people that I suspect. And I suspect Maya or Lucas. I suspect Maya not being dead. I feel like she's not going to be dead. I feel like. Because we never seen really a body. I know we've seen, like, the coroners take her body away and stuff. Like, they did but they did Allie too, and it was Bethany. So, how do we know it's not another person? You know what I mean? And then, oh, excuse me. And then she was always a constant. Like, even though she was dead, she had that website. And then Mona's riddle was Maya knows. Or something like that. Maya knew. That was one of Mona's riddles at Radley. And then, yeah, I don't know. There's always been something fishy about the way she died and why she died. So, that's how I feel. Okay. I got a notification. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Now, the second guy. It's a guy. Yeah. Is Lucas. Lucas has always been creepy to me since season 1. I never really liked him myself. I don't personally like him. He's not my cup of tea, personality-wise or looks-wise. But, he would have some motive to being involved in the A-Team, and he kind of was involved in the A-Team because I believe Mona did blackmail him to do some stuff, so he says, but I feel like he might have had more involvement than he led on to. I feel like if Mona is dead, I feel like he might have been the one to kill her. And that would be a betrayal because him and Mona was friends. But, yes, so, reasons why I suspect it might be him. First of all, Allie called him, not transgendered, what's the word? Hermaphrodite. Or Hermie. That's what she called him, Hermie. And I believe Marlene King made a thing that says A will be known as Shim, or who will not be named, or something like that. So yeah, I don't really suspect Lucas that much, but maybe. That could be a possibility. But my biggest suspect is Ren. Like, legit, for sure. So, yeah, that's my video. Just discussing that. I think I'm going to make a timeline video next. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, like it. Subscribe if you want. Comment. We could talk, discuss. But like I always say, no pressure. It's whatever you're feeling, man. But, or girl. Mostly girl. But yeah, that's my video. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah.
guys.